Do I want to go out tonight? I don't even know. I'm going to get something to eat and figure it out after that. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. 7:30. I've been up for like 40 minutes or something. So, yeah. I'm just going to get something to eat and figure it out from there. So yeah, I've looked into the belew situation a little bit more closely. I've done an investigation. I've checked the set list out. He's got a stable set list, so it's the same show every night, and it's all. There will be some interesting-ish Crimson tracks, but the focus of the tour is obviously to play his poppier material. I've actually broken down Adrian Belew on my record review site, and he seems to have an ego issue, right? It's not even I'm the greatest thing. It's a he always wanted to be the star. I guess he spent so much of his life behind or near like big pop stars, right? You know, he spent time working with, or not even necessarily really big pop stars, but really charismatic ones, right? You know, working with Zappa, you know, with the Talking Heads, with Bowie. He seemed to have, he never really kind of lost track of this idea that, you know, I mean, let's be honest, he wrote that stuff, right? I mean, he didn't write every Bowie, he didn't even write every Bowie song on those records, but he wrote a couple of them, right? And it got into his head, right? And he seems to have had this idea that, you know, he doesn't need David, you know, either David, Bowie or Byrne. He doesn't need these guys. He can do this on his own. He just needs the support and the label and the marketing, and kind of not getting it past his head that, okay, David Byrne, David Bowie, Trent Reznor, what do these guys have in common? They're all kind of sexy, aren't they? And Adrian Belew was a really good guitarist, but he's kind of not, you know. And it doesn't seem to have ever clicked, right? Or if it ever did click, it didn't really, and he keeps deluding himself, right? And he keeps thinking that if he just does this or that, then he can be the big pop star, right? And it's never. I mean, King Crimson had a very different fan base, right? I mean, there was certainly probably a lot of overlap. I don't know. I'm not old enough to really know. I mean, I wasn't there, but Crimson appealed more to like musicians, jazz fans, nerds. I suppose that probably a good percentage of people. Yeah, this is probably a good way to think of it. Probably a good percentage of people that were into Crimson also were into Bowie, but Bowie had a huge other fan base that would have never paid any attention to Crimson at all, sort of thing, right? And that's what Belew always seemed to want his whole life, is to tap into that bigger market, right? And he's like almost 70 now, and it still hasn't just, you know, it's. If I was going to go see Adrian Belew, it would be because I would be interested in his musicianship, not because I want to hear him write, not because I want to hear him play some songs that he wrote 30 years ago that never got anywhere, right? To hear him perform his failed pop hits. So that's that. It's not unexpected. He does this periodically. He keeps going back to this. He keeps thinking that it'll work this time, and it doesn't, because it's not even that they're really bad songs. I mean, they're pop songs, and as far as pop songs go, you know, they're really not terrible. But he doesn't have what that market wants, and he doesn't. It never seems to have clicked. I mean, even Paul McCartney and John Lennon, as interesting as their later work was, were mostly um, selling records based on their appearance, right? It just never. Or maybe he just thinks he's better looking than he is. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not. I don't want to be there. So, what am I going to do today instead? I'm going to probably spend most of the day. The vlogs are going live again on the 19th. That's Friday night at midnight. So today's Wednesday. So I've got 2 days to deal with that. I'm going to watch a bunch. The editing process has finished, or at least half of it has. I shut it down. So I got to watch a bunch of vlogs. I got to write a bunch of blurbs. Kind of focus on working backwards from that, because tomorrow is the day that I'm going to go out and do the pills and groceries and all those sorts of things. So today's an end day. I wasn't unproductive yesterday at all. I mean, it took me a while to kind of, but I got it eventually. And I think what I'm going to want to do with this thing is, it's back to being dead, but I'm not. Either there's a really bad short, like in the video, or the power jack is bad, or both. So what I think I'm going to want to do is take the screen off completely, right? If I take the screen off, then I can test it on the bass. Otherwise, the short might be like in the connection somewhere, right? Like the way that it's like sitting on the case. But I don't think the board's bad. The board seems to be okay. This is more of a my honest perception is that it's just like something's resting somewhere and it's just not grounding. All right. So this is what happens when somebody that has very bad motor skills tries to do something that requires motor skills. I'll figure it out eventually, and when I do, it'll be like, oh, okay, and I'll understand it, right, when it does come up. But it's a physical thing, and I'm notorious for that. I told you that before I took it apart, but I'm very bad with my hands. But I'll figure it out eventually. The board, like I said, I'm pretty much convinced the board is good, so that's a big positive. And I'm gonna need to sell something for the weekend. We'll figure out how that goes tomorrow. I don't expect to really have anything else to say for the rest of the day, so we'll just go. I still haven't scratched anything off my list yet, have I? Actually, I'm done the editing part. Or at least I am for a while. I'll do the editing part too here. I'm just looking at it and thinking, okay, yeah, I should at least get more done in terms of actually scratching things off today and tomorrow. Yesterday was just kind of weird, but okay. And as was the day before, just because I'm doing things, but it didn't culminate in anything, right? When you do a lot of things, but you don't have anything to show for it, that was yesterday. It will not be today, and it will not be tomorrow. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Get to doing it.